When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, to his own town, a large crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. While he was by the lake, one of the synagogue rulers named Jairus came there. Seeing Jesus, he fell at his feet and, kneeling before him, pleaded earnestly with him to come to his house and said, "My only little daughter, 12 years of age, is dying. Please come and put your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." Jesus got up and went with him, and so did his disciples. As Jesus was on his way, a large crowd followed and pressed around him, almost crushing him. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of her many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. No one could heal her. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched the edge of his cloak. She said to herself, "If I only touch his cloak, I will be healed." Immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering from that moment. At once, Jesus realized that power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and he asked, "Who touched my clothes?" "You see the people crowding around you," his disciples answered, "and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. When they all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me. I know that power has gone out from me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came and fell at his feet and, trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then Jesus said to her, "Take heart, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." While Jesus was still speaking, some men came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler. "Your daughter's dead," they said. "Why bother the teacher anymore?" Ignoring them, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe and she will be healed." When they came to the house of Jairus, Jesus did not let anyone go into the house with him except Peter, John, and his brother James, with Jairus and his wife. Jesus saw the flute players and the noisy crowd, with people crying and wailing in mourning for the child. Jesus said to them, "Why all this commotion and wailing? Go away! The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. After he put them all out of the house, Jesus took the child's father and mother and his 3 disciples into the room where the child was lying. He took the dead girl by the hand and he said to her, "Talitha koum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately the girl's spirit returned to her, and at once she stood up and walked around. At this, her parents were completely astonished. Jesus gave strict orders to the parents not to let anyone know about what had happened. Then Jesus told them to give her something to eat. News of this spread around the whole region.